Evolution of a Trader. Checking out ELTK today, and focusing on making sure I follow my trade plans and execute efficiently based on focus, not on emotion. And, I kind of started on the opposite end of that this week. So, clawing my way back, emotionally speaking, again, got off to another late start. Missed that huge run on this one, but did end up catching some good moves on the way, on the backside of it. Originally, I was looking at it on that first drop where it got halted when it dropped at 11. But I was trying to set up OBS and everything ended up not working. But it's all good. My main focus in that regard, like once that happened, was to just make sure that I didn't just hop in some random place. So I was waiting for either another big drop and a halt or some sort of squeeze up, kind of a round U-shaped breakout type situation. Not exactly sure where my trades started coming in. Here we go. So basically with this one, it was nice because you would see a surge in activity, a surge in buys and sells. On the L2, you'd see a lot, and the orders would start moving, and that's kind of what was giving me the sign that it would go up, and that's kind of something I call after like the second trade or so, but that's always something that I've looked for. So this one ended up executing effectively, I believe. Wow, I just made these trades and I just can't remember, and I can't remember. It was a lot of choppiness for like my first 3 or 4 trades, and in hindsight, it was probably just a little bit of consolidation that was establishing that support line before it broke out, which it ended up doing. And what ended up happening here, which I did quickly remember, was that 20-cent goal, which I wasn't effectively executing yesterday. And so that was a thing that I was really focusing on. But of course, you get that classic breakout right there. But what happened here was me getting a little caught up in that rather than just like, laughing like, of course. I was just like, shit. I did laugh, but I also was like, ooh, maybe I should get in because maybe it'll keep going. Always a mistake. Always a mistake. And I did do that a couple more times, I got to admit. I did notice a lot in my head, a lot of not FOMO, but like not fear of missing out, but like frustration of missing out. Because I was really focusing on just grabbing my 20 cents, but the thing was moving. Thing ends up moving at like shit. Eventually, there's like dollar moves and stuff. So, and then with that one right there, it's like could have could have scalped another like 30 cents on there and put me up. Literally, just put me up well past my goal for the day, and I could have walked away. But I didn't. And so that's where the frustration comes in, and then it just doubles down when I let the frustration dictate my decision. Sorry, can't talk today. I let the frustration dictate my next move, and then I'm down 30 cents. So fortunately, I was able to sneak out in that one with only 10-cent loss. But I believe. So yeah, right there, I just snuck out quick before anything bad happened. You know what I'm saying? And this next trade, I hopped out just in case, but then started opening at it opened higher than that last one, so I was holding in just to keep an eye on that break because I knew it was a bullish I knew it was a bullish pattern. But I by the way, I just skipped all this really bad footage that came out. I don't know what happened, but long story short, was dabbling with a little bit, caught that dip at the bottom at was 894, squeezed out with my 20 cents, and then I believe I actually caught a loss on the next one, and then but I did, I just see the consolidation forming, and I knew that this thing wanted to go up higher. It didn't really have any strong news, but it was already trading double its float. So I knew that there was interest, especially with the market being so slow. I knew that everybody is looking at the two, like everybody in the market is looking at the two stocks that are moving, And so here's where I finally got that good push that gave me some comfortability to start trading a little bit more aggressively. Once I saw that volume come in, I was like, yes, here we go, game on. So my next few trades were similar fashion. I was definitely trying to keep an eye on the meat, like the immediate red candle after a huge squeeze like that, because there's not any shares to short. So it's not like people are going to be pushing this down, and it's not like there's going to be squeezes. So when there is a squeeze, it's definitely industry. So we had this squeeze going, and I was just looking for another. I was looking for another 20 cents, but it was getting a little shaky, so I hopped out, of course, right before it squeezed. And then after seeing a lot of bounces on this stock with that trade or with that entry, it was just a matter of me going, okay, this thing keeps bouncing, but ultimately it keeps going up. So now that I'm down there, and now that it just dropped 50 cents, I'm gonna go ahead and sneak in there and then just squeezed out with 14-cent trade. And that big hammer right before this candle before this gave me even more, what do you want to call it, evidence that this bad boy is gonna go. So my like two-part plan was waiting for those large dips, but then in sneaking in a low, or waiting for, like I said at the beginning of this video, waiting for the orders to start coming in and then sneak in right before it smashes up. And sometimes I would miss that. Like on this one, I missed. On this one, I missed, and I did get in foolishly after that 30-cent jump up. Um, but the volume doubled, and most of these types of candles were moving up at like 50 cents average. So when I hopped in there, I did get in really high, and was fortunate enough to sneak out of there with a win. But that one definitely wasn't a good trade. Looking back on it, it was definitely a FOMO. So this was my last trade. Was trying to grab that dip buy, and then I ended up averaging down because it sunk down another 50 cents or something like that, and then snuck right out at the end with a very small but win. It was a win. So, it was that last trade kind of really made me realize, oh shit, okay, now I'm just getting reckless with the trading. I already am like 3 trades past my limit, so let me just, I saw this stock, or I saw that candle drop down $1 in the exact same amount as the previous, so not obvious, but it was just kind of one of those things where you're like, okay, I know it's gonna go up. And yeah, that was it for the day.